Hey, 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 hey. What's up, everyone? So, I'm just going to be honest. Like, this live topic came to me while I was shaving my legs. I was listening to this podcast by Rob Dale. His podcast is called The Mindset Mentor with Rob Dale. So, sorry. I was listening to this podcast and it's called Does Money Buy Happiness? So that's why I put happiness versus fulfillment as my live topic. And listening to this podcast made me realize something very important. So originally, a lot of what I post about, a lot of what I pray about, a lot of what I want involves like, wow. If you've seen my room before, if you haven't, check out my room transformation and you will see that my room alone transformed a lot. It went from I had every piece of bedroom set you can think of, the headboard, the footboard, the rails, nightstand, chest, dresser, bench. I had it all. And I thought that, okay, so for me to start this journey to this inner happiness, I need to get rid of things that doesn't necessarily bring me too much pleasure, or things that I only acquired or inquired, sorry, because of what other people would think. So when I first moved into my apartment, I was here for about 2 years. Never did nothing with my apartment because I had my bedroom set. I never even touched my living room. Same thing is still going on. I don't go in my living room. So anyway, boom, boom, boom. I basically decided that I want to give away my bedroom set, and that's what I did. I gave it to Kelsey. So when I'm over at Kelsey's house, that bedroom set that I'm sitting in front of, I've gone live over there several times. That was my old bedroom set. Boom, boom, boom. So anyway, I was listening to this podcast while shaving my legs, and he made a point that I never thought of. And let me I meant to do this before I got on. So I always talk about inner peace, right? Hold on. I'll have to come back to that. Oh, I already clicked on it now. I always talk about inner peace and inner happiness. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, but my confirmation for my flight finally came to my email. I was getting a little worried. I was like, where's my confirmation email about my flight? Check my account. I got the money. Where is it at? But okay. Yeah, I spent everything for my ticket today. And we'll worry about how the rest of these days I will survive the rest of these days when they come up. Okay, so inner peace is what I was always going for, or inner happiness, should I say. Inner happiness by the denotation, let's see if it has one. Sorry guys, I like to quote things from the blah blah blah. Yeah. So inner happiness, let's see if it really has like a denotation for it. Because I'm not okay. So inner peace. See, inner peace comes up, they like intertwine. So basically, my definition, because I'm not finding a true definition. Okay. Internal happiness is a default setting. So this is the denotation of it. Like, and this is coming from empoweredhappiness.com. Like a part of the core programming that is always there. It may not always be active, meaning there will be times in life where you feel sad, angry, aggravated, stressed, but always a default setting. Doesn't take long to find happiness again. So happiness is a feeling, and this is what he says in this podcast. Happiness is a feeling that comes and goes. We know that. So this entire time I've been driven for this inner happiness or inner peace. And that's not something you can quite obtain and keep. Like, you can obtain happiness, yes. you can obtain peace, but to keep it all the time is not quite possible. So he made a point when he said money can buy happiness, but that doesn't mean you're going to be fulfilled. So it made me think, like I had to pause and really think long and hard on what he mean by that. Like it was just like, what? Like, so this whole time, wait, I've been using the wrong word. I've been trying to find the wrong thing. So when you're fulfilled, that's where you're still going to have your little ups and your downs and everything like that. But fulfillment is something totally different. Fulfillment is just you're completely satisfied. It's not like a roller coaster with happiness where you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down. It's not like that. So I thought that was like really important. Like I didn't choose that podcast to get that meaning out of, if that makes sense. So he gave a few examples in this podcast, which was like, okay, if someone gets on a jet ski and yeah, at the moment they're laughing, they're happy, they're this, they're that, that's what happiness is because everyone has happy moments. Happiness doesn't stick around though. He was like, however, when you go home, you're so lonely, you're kind of like, eh. Whereas though with fulfillment is something different. So that is the moral of this little life is I realized that, yeah, I'm not trying to find inner happiness per se. I'm trying to find fulfillment. And that goes with what I was saying the other day as far as trying to really, really find what makes me happy. And it's so freaking hard. So he did say, like, at the end of this podcast, like, take some time and think about X, Y, and Z. I personally was cooking rice and beans, so I couldn't do it because this is a constant thought that I have anyway. Like, I'm always in a search to find, and now I just have to change what I normally would say. I would say I'm always in a search to find inner peace and happiness. No, I'm always in the search to find fulfillment. I feel like I said a lot. I feel like I said a lot. And like that video was only about 10 minutes. I'm 7 minutes into explaining the same thing. So I know I said a lot of redundancy probably. But guys, that like just really it makes sense. So I would like if you have 10 minutes, I would definitely say check out the podcast because I'm not doing it no justice trying to explain it myself. I'm really not. I don't know, guys. I want to find that purpose in my life that just keeps me driven, that keeps me wanting to do it. And the few things that I've found with that would be YouTube, definitely. This has been a commitment to go live of my own. Even if I'm just talking to the camera, this is my release, this is my thing, working on my content around my YouTube. So the online business that I just started, that ties back into my YouTube because now I have something else to give to my audience. My Instagram, all of those type of things, like when I wake up, a lot of times, and it's not the only thing on my mind, but a lot of times I'm thinking about the photos that I took or content that I've created or vlogs that I have not posted, have not even started editing. I'm thinking about spoken word, like all the things that tie back into my YouTube channels when I'm thinking about how can I be authentic and transparent, but maybe not put so much information out there. That's what I'm struggling with because I will tell y'all everything and just be like, man, F it. You take it how you take it. So that was like a really good message for me today. I did do a little. No, I did a little bit of reading today. I did about a couple pages out of 2 different books and they were eye-opening. But that podcast tied directly back into what I just posted on Instagram the other night. I'll probably take and post it up here as well. But that podcast ties directly back into people saying I'm doing too much. If you watch that little clip that I put up on IG, you can't really do too much when you're trying to find it's not even your happiness, but when you're trying to find what fulfills you, you can't really do too much. You can do it at the wrong time and maybe like me buying this plane ticket with all the rest of the money that I have, that may not have been a good idea or maybe not planning for it correctly. So guys, I have this event coming up. I already have the flyers made. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to post it on my page because my page look kind of cute right now. It's only 3 photos up and I'm struggling with the next 3. But guys, I'm having these events and I want to have them monthly, right? And I decided to buy the material, like the bulk of the material today. So that's what I did. So I woke up, and I got on and I brought the bulk of the material for my business, for my online business, for my events. However, I just so happened, not even thinking, just went to go check the tickets because I was looking at this app I was on. And I noticed that the tickets round trip were like $500, like $493 to be exact, or something like that. And I'm like, what? But I done just spent like over $100 on this other stuff. And then and then right after I brought the materials, I turn around and I start buying. I brought my materials for my actual trip. So I brought like 6 books. I brought like 6 books, which I later returned after I seen those tickets, by the way. So I brought like 6 books. So here it is. I brought 2 things of shampoo, 2 things of deodorizer, a goodie bag, and then 6 books. Yeah, 6 books. And then that's when I seen how cheap these tickets were. So I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that you can do too much to find your passion. But sometimes not planning, you can do things out of order. Like, had I seen those plane tickets, had I checked into that, had that been a priority forever? Because after they sent me something like basically saying they wasn't like tracking my airline no more or something like that. I just was like, whatever, I'll just pay 1,000 whenever it comes up. But had I prioritized and said, okay, the very next expensive thing besides paying for my certification, paying for my shared accommodations would be my plane ticket. That's what I need to focus on. My mom was buying all this other stuff. So if I would have brought my plane ticket first, I wouldn't have been like, oh, well, let me take everything out of my bank account. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes like happiness comes and goes. That makes sense. Never thought about that. So yeah, you probably can buy that with money because money can buy you what you want to make you happy at the moment. However, it can't buy you fulfillment. And that's what I'm searching for. That's what I want. That's why I'm trying to get my yoga certification. I did the test and I passed this. I mean, I failed this test for this other thing I wanted to do that I never told you about. No filter, the vlogcast. Oh my goodness. Someone calling you. Do that mean you're calling me? But I brought the ticket today. I'm upset with you, Abdul. So I brought the tickets today. Guys, I brought the tickets today. Like, I really can't believe that I brought the tickets today. So I don't think I told y'all yesterday. I brought the tickets today to Costa Rica and I paid another $1,000 towards my trip. So I'm so freaking excited. And like I put on my post, I'm just praying that this is for me, because it don't really matter how many how much money I put into it and all this and all that. If it's not for me, then it won't happen. And that's what I'm slowly learning. Like the test that I told y'all kind of that I told y'all, like I did it. Like I did the freaking study guide, passed the study guide with 100. Went to take the test, failed the test. So I just have to chuck it up as in that particular field it may not be for me now or it may not be for me. So I just hope that with all this money that I'm putting into going to Costa Rica is for me. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Like I said, if you all haven't listened to that podcast, you definitely should, because if you would have asked me 4 hours ago, do money buy happiness? I would have said no. And I would have given you my reason of why money cannot buy happiness until I listened to this podcast. And he kind of broke down what happiness is versus fulfillment. Now, if you would ask me, can money buy happiness? I would be like, and give you that same spiel that I just got from the podcast. Let me go see what you're talking about. Now, what do I have you save under? Oh, X Factor. I don't see no call from you. Okay, you're good to go. Got mad at you the other day. But so yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I am tuning off because I need to go work on some content. If you all are in the area, I would love for you to come to my events. I'm having a few, I would like to have a few events a month, like so 2 events a month, maybe 3 tops. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I feel like I said a lot. So definitely I did put in my story on IG, the podcast. So you can always go and check the podcast out because this is definitely something I think that everyone could benefit from, knowing the difference between fulfillment and happiness. So I will talk to you all later. And yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow.